Hi everyone and welcome back to Total Coins. So in today's video we are going to be doing a pre-decimal hunt. We've still got our tub of pre-decimal coins to go through to fill up some of the slots in our albums. But before we get to doing an album review, because it is the first hunt of the month, and after asking the questions last month about whether people still want me to do the album reviews, the majority was that yes, that everyone wants to see the monthly reviews. So we will be carrying on with the monthly album reviews in both the pre-decimal and the world coin hunts. But before we get to that, just wanted to say don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. Also, I am currently running my 1 year anniversary videos. 1 year anniversary giveaway. I will stick a link up. Oh no, not that far over. Up in the top corner to that video. I am going to be drawing the winners of the 5 prizes on the 14th of June in a live Q&A live stream. That live stream will go live at 12 o'clock, sort of midday. So make sure you head over, enter your name into the giveaway, and then if you're able to, jump on and join us for the live stream. So let's get cracking with the album reviews. So first things first is the farthings. So we've got our 1902 to 1936, and actually before I carry on, I will stick a little time card just down the bottom here for those of you that don't want to see the album reviews and want to skip straight to the hunt. So we've got 1902, 1909. We've nearly got a full page there. We are just missing 1913. So that would be a really good find. And then once again on the last page we're missing 2, 1933 and 34. But if possible I'd like to try and find another 1929, as that one's a bit grotty. And then in our 1937 to 56 we are doing really well. I think we're only missing one coin itself and an obverse, but we've got a full page there, another full page there, and yeah, so we're missing an obverse for 1954 and the actual 1956. So that is the farthings. Then we move on to our half pennies. So we've got 1860 to 1901, and we've got very few of these. Oh, excuse me. So we've got 1868 and 1870, and 1882H, 1884, and 1888 and 1897. So we do not find a lot of these ones at all. So I may have a look, see if I can get sort of a job lot of older half pennies, maybe to sort of try and fill some of that album. Next up we've got 1902 to 1936. So for some reason we don't find a lot of Edward VII's. So far we've got 1902, 06, 07 and 08. I think they are literally the only 4 that I've found, just purely because there's not an obverse in there. Then we've got our first page of George V's, and all we're missing there is 1913, 22 and 24. Looking at them, they're all quite highly minted, so yeah, potential is we could still find them. And then on the final page, another couple that are sort of quite highly minted that we're missing is 31 and 32. And I'd like to obviously try and find another 1935, as that one's got a bit of paint on it. And then we've got our 1937 onwards album, and this is actually our second album. So yeah, well, I need to get an obverse added in. Hopefully we find one in this hunt and I'll get that added in. But we are missing on the first page 1940, 48 and 51. Second page we are missing both the obverse and the reverse for 1953, and then we're missing the 1956 as well. And other than that, we've got everything. So we are missing 2, 4, 5 out of that album to complete our second 1937 album. So that would be another good one to find, or another good one to fill. And then, before I go on to the next album, just wanted to bring in my halfpenny collection. So this is my new half pennies. I know a lot of people will say that these aren't pre-decimal and we shouldn't be including them. The reason that I include them is because they come in with all of my pre-decimals that I get, and I don't have another video to actually put them into, so that's why they're included in the pre-decimal collections. But as you can see, the only one that I'm missing out of the first 12 is the 1972, which is an NIFC. I have also recently been given the 1981 by Makamula. He sent it into my PO box, and that was in the video from last week. So what I'll do is I will stick another link up in the top corner to my PO box opening from last week. He did actually, in the letter, actually said that it was a 1980, and it was only after I finished filming the video and was looking more closely at the coin that I saw it as an 81. So massive thank you to him for getting that and allowing us to sort of put it in the date run and fill up that space. But obviously there is, after this, there is an 83 and an 84. The 84 was definitely an IFC. I think the 83 was NIFC as well. I think 72, 83 and 84 were NIFC. And then 81 was the one that I was missing that was circulated. So hopefully I'll be able to get hold of them at some point and then actually have a full date run of the half pennies. I may even have a spare 1972 annual set, so I'll have to check that out. I'm not 100% sure. But next album is the pennies from 1881 to 1901, and we've got a very beaten up 1881. Then we've got a couple on this page, so we are missing 1888, 92 and 94. The rest of them are in sort of quite good condition. The 89's a bit worn down, but nevertheless it's nice to have it in. And then we have got a full set of the what's called the older bust Victoria. So we've got from 85 to 1901, which was the last year of the Queen Victoria coins. Then in our second penny album, which is 1902 to 1929, we are only missing a few, and that is 1905. I was actually sent another 1904 I've completely forgotten, and I am really sorry. I've got to check this. I cannot leave it. I think it was Janet, but I am just going to confirm. I am really sorry. Yes, Janet Smith. She sent in the 1904 and another new album as well, which I have got just to the side of me. So we've got the 1904, and what we'll probably do is use this album. I will probably, having a think about it, use this album to replace the third album that we'll get to in a minute, just purely because the third album doesn't include 1967. So let's quickly just finish off this one. So we've got a full page there of George V's, and then on this page we are missing the mint marked 1918. I was about to say 2018 then. We're missing the mint marked 1918s and the K and the N 1919, and then the 1926 as well. So there are 3 million of the 18s and 5.2 million, or 3.6 of the 18s, 5.2 of the 19s. So obviously we've got the H. I may look to, when we start a new album, and then just get hold of those online. But this is it, the 1930 to 1966. So obviously we don't have a slot for the 1967 coin, so I will probably use that other album for a replacement of this one. But in this one we've got a full page there. The only one that we're missing there is the 1949 to 1951 obverse. But we have a 1949, that's the only one that I've ever found. We are missing 1950, 51, 53 and a 53 obverse. 53 is 1.3 million. But the 1950 is 240,000. And the 1951 is 120,000, so I am not anticipating being able to find them at all. So I probably will end up have to buy them online. So that will be a shame to have to sort of buy them online, but if it means actually being able to fill the album, then I will look to do that. Obviously, once I start a new album, I won't put them into that album. Then next up, we have our brass threepences, and the only one that we're missing coin wise is the 1949. Once again, 464,000 mintage. I am not anticipating being able to find that. That is an incredibly low amount. And just looking at some of the other coins, I'd like to try and find another 1938, as that one's a bit grubby, as well as a 1940. Might have a look through my spares and see what I've got, see if I can replace any of them. We are looking for another 1953 obverse. And then other than that, we have got everything else in date run. So a couple of coins there that I'd like to sort of replace for sort of better quality ones. But the main ones that I'm after is obviously the 53 and the 49 to actually complete the album. Next up, we've got our sixpences. So we've got 1902 to 1936, and this one is very, very sparse, just because they are actually silver. So the two that I've got here are half silver, and I believe it was 1927. No, 1920. So 1920, the content of the coins was reduced from 925 to 500. So anything from 1919 back was essentially near enough pure silver. So I am just not able to, unless I was sort of buy a massive sort of silver job lot, which when I've looked at them, it's just a lot of the same dates. So for what we're looking to do with the albums, it's not really worth it. So I will keep sort of looking. I look sort of every couple of weeks to sort of try and get some job lots of old silver, but it is just very, very hard to get them for a good price. So right the way on this one, we start at 1947, which was the first year that the content of the coin was changed to copper nickel. Everything before that was half silver. And then we are missing 1949 and 52 from the copper nickel range. We've then got near enough a full page, just missing 1961. And then we've got a full page there on the end. So out of the copper nickel coins, we have just got 3 that we are looking for. And obviously if we find those 3, then I'll look to start a new album there. Then next up we have our shillings. So we have 1937 to 1951. So once again, the earlier years are all silver, right the way up to 1947 when the copper nickel was introduced. So we have got all of the copper nickel in that album. So I probably will look to get hold of a new album and at some point try and sort of find a way to sort of fill the silvers. Then next up we've got our 1953 to date. So this is actually the second one of these that I'm looking to complete. Now I have actually got another completed one of these albums, and it was actually one before I started doing the videos. I actually bought the album off eBay and it was when it turned up, it was actually complete. I thought I was just buying the album. So we are missing a 1953 Scotland or Scottish shilling on the first page, and then on the second page we've got the 59 and the 60 Scottish, and then other than that, oh there you go, and the 1964 English. So we've got 4 more coins to find in that album, and we've got the whole set. Obviously there was no coin in 67, and I don't believe, actually I think the 1970 annual set did have some shillings in, but I'm not sure what date was on them. So that is that one. Then we've got our florin or 2 shilling book, which is 1941 to 1967, and once again we start at 1947 just because of the other ones in the album are all silver. We've then got 1957 and 58 that we're missing on that page. See, 57 it's got quite a high mintage, so yeah, hopefully we will find that one eventually. Obviously 58 lower mintage, probably the lowest. Yeah, that'll be the lowest out of the ones there. And this one does not like staying in the album at all. So yeah, looking at it, obviously 1958 is the lowest mintage out of all the ones that we've got so far. But obviously we've got 66, which has got 83 million, 63 at 25, 64 at 16, 57 at 13. So there's a lot of the other ones on here that are lower mintage than the 4 that we're missing. So fingers crossed we can find them at some point. There we go, try and get that closed without that coin falling out. And then the last book that we've got in the albums is the Half Crown. So this is 1941 to 1967. And once again, we start at 67 when the Cooper nickel coins were introduced. We are missing 1949, which I thought we had. I'm going to have to check that one. I thought we had 1949, or we've at least had it at some point. No, I'm thinking of the 2 shillings, sorry. Yeah, it's the 2 shillings one that we find quite often. And then we are missing a 1953 obverse, a 1961 and a 1966. So quite a good run there. Obviously 4 more coins looking to sort of complete that album. Obviously with the crowns I don't find them a lot because the places where I get my pre-decimals from doesn't normally include a lot of them, but even still we've managed to find a couple, so more than happy with that. And actually the tub refresh that we're working through now, we've definitely been finding quite a few, so that is all good. Right, so let's get cracking with a hunt. Probably run the hunt for about 12 minutes, just to take us up to about the half-hour mark, and then we'll wrap the video up there. And the first coin out today is going to be an Elizabeth II, and it is a 1 penny from 1961. Yep, 1961. Very nice. Obviously not a coin that we want to end the hunt on, but I don't mind starting it on the hunt. Then we've got a George VI. And it is a Scottish 1 shilling from 1948. So you can tell it's Scottish obviously by the Scottish rampant and the Scottish crest just in the bottom corner here. So another nice one to find, not one that we need for the album unfortunately. And next up we have a 6pence from 1955. So once again If I remember rightly, it was 1965 that we were missing. But that is Elizabeth II. And next up, we've got a farthing, and it is a 1950. So that will be George VI. Yep, there we go. And next up, we've got the first halfpenny for the hunt. And it is a 1962. So that will be Elizabeth II again. Then we've got another 1 penny, but this time from 1927. So that will be George V. Very nice. And then we've got a George V. Is this a 2 shilling? No, it's a half crown. Very nice. So 1948. So not the 1949 that we are missing in the album. But still, a very, very nice coin to find. As I say, do not find a lot of them. And next up, we've got a halfpenny from 1928. So that will be George V again. Very nice. And we've got an Edward VII. So could this be the one that we're missing? Come on. Let's all think 1905, 1905. Come on. It is... No, 1907. I've been searching for that 1905 for ages now, and I just want to get it added into the book. And then next one up is a 1955 3 pence. And that is Elizabeth II. Got another Elizabeth II, and it is a 1967. Sorry, I couldn't quite see it on the camera. Then we've got a 1939 1 penny, George VI. We've got our first new halfpenny for the hunt, and it is, see if we can see it, 1976. I think it's 76. Yep, 1976. There we go. Next up, we've got a George V, 1 penny from 1927. Very nice. We've got another 3 pence, this time from 1961. So that is Elizabeth II again. We've got a 1 penny from 1963. So that will be Elizabeth II again. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll do 3 or 4 more just to finish off the row, and we'll wrap the video up there. And next up we have a George V, 1 shilling from Scotland, and that is a 1948 again, I think. Yep. Another 1 shilling and another George VI. So can we get that 47 Scotland? No, another 1948 Scotland. Well, these last 3 coins are not going as planned. Then we have a 1902, so that will be Edward VII. Very nice. And what we'll do is we'll do 1 more, as long as it doesn't fall anywhere, any coin within 1960. We obviously redraw the last coin. And we have a 1 penny from 1947. Very nice, so that will be George VI. Yep. George VI. Very nice. Nice one to finish us on. So, star pull for today is going to be... you know what? Seeing as we don't find too many of them, let's give it to the crown. Every time I found a crown, I have made it star pull, just because I find them so infrequently. But with that said, that is going to be the end of today's hunt. As I said at the beginning of the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. Also, don't forget to head over and check out my 1-year giveaway video. As I say, the prizes for that will be drawn in a live stream on the 14th of June. And yeah, with that said, really hope you enjoyed today's hunt and album review. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, bye.